Hi everyone, and welcome to this short video on how to research companies and industries at the eLibrary. And what I'd like to do is show you 5 databases that are used for doing company industry research, and they're all here at the home page of the eLibrary, which is displayed on the screen. And the first one that I'd like to show you is a database called IBISWorld. It's right here. This is a database with over 1,300 industries that are tracked, and reports are published on a regular basis. A terrific database. It is used at every major business school in the United States, including Harvard Business School, Stanford, Wharton, Chicago. And their students use this database. You can run a keyword search of the database, and ask it to pull back the reports that are most relevant to your research, or you can browse. And there are two different collections: U.S. industry reports and U.S. specialized industry reports. But let me just show you briefly how to run a keyword search. Let's say you're doing research on credit cards. You can type in the word credit cards, click enter, and it'll retrieve those reports which it deems most relevant to your research on credit cards, and they will display in a second here. So you've got credit card issuing, you've got credit card processing. You can click on either one of those and it'll bring up the report on those two different industries. Let me show you, however, how to browse, and I'll give you an example of what you can be found in a report. So click on home, and let's take a look in the U.S. industry reports. Let's browse that. And if we go here, you'll see the industries are in these broad headings by industry sector. Let's go into retail trade. And in retail trade, you can see all the different camera stores, mail order, meat markets, direct selling, paint stores, pet stores. Let's say we're interested in shoe stores. Click on that, and this is how every single report is formatted. You'll see a page like this. You can click on PDF and you can download the PDF version of this report. The reports run about 30 to 60 pages, and they're updated on a regular basis. But you can also look at it online, and by way of these tabs like Industry at a Glance, Performance, Outlook, Products and Markets, Competitive Landscape, Major Companies in this industry, Operating Conditions, and Key Statistics. This Key Statistics section is particularly interesting because when you go to that, you will find industry ratios for the shoe store industry. And what you can do is, if you're analyzing a company, let's say DSW or some other major shoe store chain, you can go down here and you can see all the industry financial ratios, so you can make a comparison between your company, which you've calculated the ratios for, and against the industry. So excellent database. I encourage you to explore the IBISWorld database. As I say, over 1,300 different industries in it. Mergent Online is another great database. It's right here on the home page. This is terrific, especially for company financial data. If you go in here, there are 20,000 different companies in here, and you can run a search by the name of the company or by the ticker symbol. I'm going to search on Merck Pharmaceutical, and I happen to know that the ticker symbol for Merck is MRK, and I'm going to hit enter, and I will be brought to let me click on this here, and I'll be brought to the home page for Merck in this database, which gives some basic introductory information about the company, which will load in a second here. And you can see like a business summary, a stock price chart, key executives. Just scroll down the page here, more information here with the key financials. But this is only just an inkling of what's really in this database about Merck. You could, for example, click on executives. You'll get information about all the leading people who are running the company, ownership information, company financials. Click on here. You can get the information from the balance sheet, income statement, cash flow. Now it defaults to annual for balance sheet 5 years, but you can do much better than that. You can change that to quarters. You could, if you wanted to, change it to some other statement, so the income statement, and you can go back 15 years. Click refresh, and you'll get 15 years worth of quarterly data, all from the income statement. And if you just scroll down, you can see there's a great deal of data in this database. And what you can do is you can download all of this data by clicking that, and it'll export it into an Excel spreadsheet for you. What you can also find in here, and again, this is a very, very brief introduction to the database. I encourage you to explore it. Click on ratios, and you can get ratios for Merck, all calculated for you. And this is on a quarterly basis going back 15 years. So you don't even need to bring the calculator out and do this yourself. It's all done for you. And again, this is all downloadable. You can get also you can get prices. You can get stock price data in here by clicking on equity pricing. You can get up to 30 years of daily stock price data. Here, you can change that to 30 years. You can get daily, weekly, monthly if you chose. You could also rebase it against an index, say the S&P 500. You can also compare it to another company or up to 4 competitors, and then just hit refresh, and it will redraw the line chart there for you. So it's an enormous amount of information on companies, especially financial data, in this Mergent Online database. Another database I want to show you, and again I'm doing this very quickly and just so you get a taste of what we have for company industry research, is a database called Plunkett Research. And this database also is found at major business schools like Harvard Business School. And here they're what they call research centers, and there are about 32 in here approximately, on different industries. And you could, if you wanted to, you go into, say, biotechnology, and in this research center, in this case for biotechnology, you'll see links to a number of areas. You'll see market research and trends, companies and executives. If you clicked on this, you could do a screening in here and screen for companies of a certain size or in a geographic location, or revenues or number of employees. In here, you can click on Get Market Research and Trends, and it'll give you basic information, current basic information on biotechnology. And once this loads, you can here. So the state of biotechnology industry today, so it gives you a good introduction to what's going on in biotech. You could, if you wanted to, click on this down arrow, and you'll see all the other different aspects of biotechnology. You could also go over to statistics and get data on the biotechnology industry. And this is all exportable to Excel, as you can see. Down arrow, even more data. So, and as I say, there are over 30 different industries in this database, so I encourage you to explore Plunkett Research. Let me show you also another database called Business Insights Essentials, which is down here at the bottom. A great database providing a lot of really interesting information. You can search on companies. You can get SWOT reports in here. If you are not familiar with that already, you will. There it stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. It's a strategic planning tool, and they have SWOT reports in there on over 1,000 companies. Terrific company histories in here. You can also get market share reports, so you can get on a wide range of different markets. It'll give a breakdown of who are the major players in that particular market. They also have case studies, teaching case studies in here. So it's a wonderful database that particularly for SWOT reports as well as company histories. And let me lastly show you one database called ProQuest Central. And in ProQuest Central, they have industry reports, and they are a bit buried, so I want you to be able to locate them. You have to go and browse, and within browse you'll find Industry and Market Research. Click on that, and there are 2 databases I want to show you, 2 collections. One's called First Research, the other one's called Business Monitor International. First Research focuses more on U.S. Business Monitor International is more international. But in First Research, you can see this very long list of different industries. Everything from dietary supplements, healthcare equipment, labor unions, lighting industry, mining, municipal government. It's just a wide range of different industries. And if you go into, say, into accounting firms, you could click on this, and you'll get up-to-date information on the accounting firm industry. Once that loads, and you could change that to most recent. So you've got in this case up to August 2017, which is up to date at the time I'm making this video. So that's First Research. Let me go to here and just show you BMI very quickly. And BMI is the other database in here. Click on this. And as I said, BMI is international, so it's not just the United States. And in this database, you have the option of browsing by geography or by industry. Once this loads, and you could browse by subject, or you can browse by location, and thousands and thousands of different reports in here. Consumer spending, crude oil prices, economic forecasts, fossil fuels, imports, international agreements. Very, very interesting database providing industry reports. So there's a lot to be found at the library as far as doing company industry research. And of course, if you ever have any questions about how to use these databases or others, please contact the reference desk and we'll be glad to help you. Thank you.